1. What's up, guys? My name is Beezy.
I'm Adrian.
I'm Danae.
And this is But.
Actually,
You crying? Decent.
I told y'all my contacts be tripping at nighttime. Sorry.
The podcast. Come on, say the podcast for our black and brown brothers out there.
I think we should clip that. Can we clip that?
Sure.
Which part?
That part right that just happened. What was your
I thought you was talking about the breath work.
Where was your intent?
You know, you just every day. It's like you get
full of surprises.
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
How was everybody doing today?
Good. I'm all right.
That's not believable,
right?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
I am good. I'm good. No,
you
I'm good.
You sound like a narc. Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to buy 2 drugs. Thank you.
I'm good. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's busy season at my job, so you know how that be. So you definitely know how that be.
No, far too well.
No, far too well. Yeah, we want everybody that's listening to please like and subscribe and share with your people and play it in the background because we're gonna get into some real heavy good stuff. It's gonna be good singing in the background. Right. We go through weekends. A Dizzle money sign. So how do you say this new name? How do A Diz money? A Diz dollar sign. A Diz cash. Right. Okay. Is that it?
And he put it at the end to
A hyphen Diz.
He put it at the end. Piss me
you
off.
know my triggers. And you up here.
And I didn't even think about that till right now.
I was trying to be serious and I did not think about that until
you did. I
just thought about it though. Maybe people say like, can I borrow $5 because the dollars is after 5.
Correct.
And that just works.
They've always said
we are not gonna have a part 2 on.
They've always that's always been a thing, but
I did not know. I was just trying to make like a cool name, like I had like a MySpace, but I guess that failed. Sorry, Nay.
Bad name, very bad name. No kidding. How was your weekend, Adrian?
Wow. Woo. Well, you both asked how are you, how's everybody doing, and y'all answered and y'all didn't let me answer. So I know y'all didn't
ask you.
Anyway, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling and I'm present. And yeah, that's where I am. So that's first, and then I make chicken Big Mac. Have y'all seen that?
I have.
Yeah. Hey, but shout out to Kai though. People talking about.
I thought you had.
No, I haven't. Good. But shout out to Kai though, because that's the streamer who McDonald's is in a partnership. That's his meal. You remember they had the Sweetie meal, and then they had the Travis Scott meal. So this is the first streamer to have this, and then he got a deal with Nike. So he's doing a lot of things as a streamer that wasn't even a thing. Only athletes have done, or music stars and stuff have done. So shout out to him. That's real big, man.
Isn't he also doing a November long stream?
Yeah, I think it's something like that. But he just got banned from Twitch though because somebody swatted his house. Do y'all know what swatted means?
I do know what that means, Adrian. Though.
Adrian, that basically no. So basically, somebody called the SWAT team on your house, and they come in, get on the floor, everybody, and it's helicopters around. It's crazy. And a streamer of that magnitude, man, getting swatted is crazy. And somehow somebody got his IP address, or I don't know, and they figured out where he was, and then they called the SWAT team on him, which is, I just feel like that should somehow be illegal, but I don't know. It's crazy. People could really get hurt, especially he's a black man in this, 10,000 square foot mansion. And you got the police coming in, In the climate of today, they start shooting first and then asking questions later. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
mean, but he also caused all that ruckus in New York.
what
Remember
you
that?
mean?
He
With
was
Uzi?
giving away. No, he was giving away like some video game. It was like something crazy he was giving away, and he had people meet him like at Times Square or like somewhere, and it was like thousands upon thousands of kids, and they had to like bring in the SWAT team. Not the SWAT team, but like they had to.
Yeah, it got out
The
of control
crowd control.
fast.
It got out of
Yeah,
control quickly, and he was like they literally picked him up and got him up out of there.
yeah. I wonder how long ago was that though?
It was post COVID.
But I mean, but at the
He
same
only
time,
been a thing post COVID,
yeah,
right?
you don't know how big you are until you know you try to do something like that, for the first time maybe. I don't know. I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. And what's your question, Mr. A-D is money?
How do y'all learn this stuff? Like,
Yeah.
is it a?
You don't be on Twitter. See, she be sending us Twitter stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that. Oh, I didn't see that. I was about to see that. So you don't be out here in these
Yeah.
Twitter streets, bro.
No, but I
Man.
do.
No, but you
Dude.
don't. If you don't know
Yeah,
what you don't know
right.
what
I
we
did
talking
post
about.
yesterday. Oh,
you
as
do-
far as me, yeah, but my algorithm be so weird.
Well,
Because then it'd be like a lot of gay stuff, and then it'd be like some black stuff, and then some fruit, no fun,
mm.
and like so, and then it'll be like naked people. So it's just all over the place. And I don't know
Yeah.
that Kai
Twitter
has,
after dark. Oh,
has
okay.
gotten into rotation, and that's cool. But I mean, I know who he is. I know who
Oh,
he is.
you
but I don't know.
do.
Yeah, I do.
Good for you.
Yeah, he did that thing with Offset. Oh, Offset was over there, and they were,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I really like
Accurate. Yeah.
Whew.
Wow.
All right.
How was your weekend, Adrian?
My weekend. How was my weekend? What did I do? Oh yeah. So my weekend was again like I've been on some real like deep thought type shit and just unpacking and
Ooh.
yeah, that's been a thing. Just just unlearning some shit and just working my way through this quest called life. So that was a lot of my weekend. I took my grandma to the store and did like little stuff like that. So that was my weekend for the most part, and I hope I'm not forgetting nothing important. I don't think it was nobody's birthday. Oh, and I laughed really hard on Saturday.
At
And I
what?
appreciate that. Like, I mean, like tears laughed, and that made me
Mhm.
happy. And I saw my daddy. Oh, wait, I had a crazy weekend. I'm sorry. I saw my daddy and my aunt passed away. Her funeral. I'm so sorry.
Oh wow.
R.I.P. to Tammy, my great aunt on my dad's side. She passed away. So her funeral was Friday. So I went to that, and yeah, so then I saw my dad, and I saw my family there and stuff. So that was a thing. So R.I.P. to her. And yeah, that was my weekend, and a successful meal prep.
I saw that.
Yes,
I saw
I
that.
got down to even ironing clothes for the week. So
Wow.
I'm
brother.
happy. So that was my weekend, guys. That was my weekend. Danae, what you was doing?
Saturday was just full of things. I had
Not horizontal.
no. Saturday I had a clinic, basketball clinic that I was leading.
Oh wow.
That happened and immediately left from that, and my cousin's baby shower was Saturday also. So came home quick, hit a little water, and I was like, I need to lay down for 25 minutes because I ain't gonna make it if I don't get me a little shut eye. So went to sleep. And then went to the baby shower. That was fun. It was congratulations to Terrell and Naomi. They haven't had the baby girl yet, but she should be here in December.
Okay.
It was funny.
When?
I think she's due the 14th.
She went
And
on that
they're
to be my cousin for real.
right. And they have another son. I think his birthday is either early January or like end of December. And my cousin was like, do they have a bundle package? Because at
For
this
real.
point, the 2 birthdays, Christmas.
Yeah, that is
That's
bad
just
timing.
yeah, it's just pop, pop, pop. Um, and then Saturday night I went to see Stevie Wonder.
Dang,
I
you
went
are
to see Stevie
very
Wonder.
grown. You are a
It
grown woman.
uh top 3 experiences ever.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yes.
bet.
Yeah, it
What
was
was one of
just
your best takeaways?
he is so funny. Like I think he is just I think people that he has had to overcompensate all of his life and like it just makes you
Mhm.
he's quick, he's witty. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less, but like seeing it in action, um, like at one point he got on top of the piano
Uh-oh.
What?
by himself.
What?
He was sitting on top of the piano by himself, and I was like, "Oh, get down from there." But he was fine. Um, do y'all know he
Wow.
has a 9-year-old?
I know because you told me.
I was gonna say I'm still processing the text because what?
He brought that baby out. What was 2 of them? He was like, "Is Zaya and Nia ready?" And then the 2 little girls walked out, and he had them singing and dancing, child. And you should have seen me and my boyfriend was both looking at our phones like, I know them at his kids, and they are his kids.
Wow. So he was
Are they
63 when
black
he had him.
or
Wow.
are they mixed or
Oh, they're 2 beautiful chocolate babies.
good? Yeah.
Very cute, but I'm like, I wonder, like, do they know who they daddy is? Like, yes, but like, do they care?
Because he
It was,
only did it to them.
yeah. And if they didn't get him off the stage, he would still be performing right now. I will tell you that
Today.
because he was like, you could just tell. And Brian, you know, like as a musician, like when people be going off on their own, like
Mhm.
it could. And he kept on just doing his own thing. But I'm like, who gonna check him? That's Stevie
Exactly.
Wonder. You better try
Exactly.
to get with it or get lost,
How
Exactly.
or
old is
he
Stevie
gonna
today?
get 74.
74 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
An American
Big time.
treasure. We
Yes,
really
he
need
is.
a mini series on him. And cousins to Michael Jackson. How about that?
Yeah. Yes. But he's just real funny. The stories in between songs and just him talking about um where the song came from and all of that was just really, really nice. And then in the middle, he just decided we're gonna have a little church, and Donald Lawrence was there.
Oh.
Um,
What?
yeah, yes. And they performed and it was church. I was in there like, and okay, when we went, we were trying to figure out like what's the demographics gonna be in there. It was overwhelmingly white.
Wow.
But they show was up on their feet praising the Lord to Donald Lawrence. And I'm like, okay, you better bring the people. You better
Real
bring the
people.
people. So that was nice. And then Sunday, I was at home. I was not horizontal, but I was at home. I was catching up on some TV. I cooked. I did some laundry because today was my first day of my season. So
Wow.
And
sorry,
congratulations already on a
ain't
successful season.
basketball. Bye.
Bah.
Yeah. So that was my weekend. Brian.
Yes.
Also, I just want to say about Stevie Wonder, for a long time, he didn't play with his right thumb. I don't know about his left thumb, but he didn't play with his thumb, which is very difficult, which is like
So they
beyond difficult.
showed and excuse my nail out this one. I do have a broke one. They show his hands a lot on the piano, and like his hands are straight. Is that usually how they are? I would feel like they do.
Kind of,
But he
yeah.
was
Yeah. I mean, he's Stevie
um
Wonder. He could do what he want to do, honestly.
and he sure was doing it. Like oh, isn't she lovely? You know the part where he plays the harmonica. He
Yeah.
was grabbing for the harmonica and he just was fumbling around with it and eventually picked it up. And so he was like, I'm gonna do that again. It just did the whole thing over, like the whole solo of the harmonica. It was I got my life. And that couple that was in front of us, I hope y'all are okay.
Oh, they was fighting like I can see her.
They were
Hey.
My bad, brother. My
they were
bad, brother.
very distracting because she was lit and her man was pissed off. And we gave her a name. I think her name was Eileen. Eileen showed up.
What
I mean, she
have
showed
on?
out. Eileen don't get out much. She was cute. She was cute. She was probably like 40. But she was
Girl, Eileen, it sound like a 60-year-old.
no, she was a young whippersnapper, but I could just tell that she had been overserved. And her man was tired of her. She kept trying to get him to like take pictures and stuff. I guess he wasn't doing it right. So then she went and got like one of the ushers to do it. He was so mad at her. I was like, he gonna cuss her out when they get in the car.
Yeah.
Clean out. Not just cuss out, cuss her
Every
clean
time
out.
we go somewhere, Eileen, look at how you act. This is why we don't go. So, dang, Eileen, I hope you're
His
okay,
name was probably
girl.
Jeff or something.
Something. I was calling him Joe. So same family. But
In the J family. In the J.
yeah.
Yeah, my weekend was good. My weekend was decent. I watched 2 documentaries. Martha. Wow, did I learn a lot about Martha Stewart? I did not think that I was going to learn so. And so like I love a good documentary, and I usually go on like IMDb, and if it's past a 7, I'm gonna watch it. Like no matter pretty much what it is,
No matter who
like
it is.
horror. Yeah, if it's like a horror movie, I'm probably I'm really kind of like really selective. But yeah, if it's got an IMDb rating of like 7, 6.5, I'll even. Yeah, so I learned a lot about Martha Stewart, bruh. She was a whole stockbroker out here, like in the 80s and stuff, making like $200,000 a year, and now that's like $1 million a year.
She kind of
Then
always had money, right?
no, she was very poor. She was very
Really?
poor, but she was a model when she was like 17 or 18 or something like that, and she was making $15 an hour back in the 60s. So $15 an hour back then was like that's like $1 million.
She always had money.
But when she was growing up, her like it was crazy because her dad was just so mean, and he had 6 kids, and he was just like, "How am I gonna pay for all these kids?" Because he was like a salesman, but he wasn't good at it. So it was a whole thing.
You step your cookies up, Dad.
Step your cookies up before they crumble.
And it's just really interesting because her mom was distant to her children, but especially to Martha and stuff. And that's the type of mother that Martha was to her children. And it's just like really unfortunate. And she was like, how am I supposed to know how to be a good mother if I didn't get that, growing up? Which I don't necessarily disagree. I don't necessarily agree with, because my dad didn't have his dad, and he's the greatest father. You know what I'm saying? He's like, and my uncle, same way. They both grew up in the house. They didn't have a father, but they are great fathers. So yeah, I watched that. Then I watched the Megan documentary.
I watched that this
crazy.
weekend too.
Yeah, that one was. Yeah, I was full of documentaries this weekend.
I cried. Did you cry?
I didn't cry, but I felt really bad for her. I felt really, really bad for her. Yeah, so I watched that. We went out with some friends on Saturday night, which is real cool. Almost shut the restaurant down. But that's what good conversation does. You know what I'm saying?
Where y'all go?
I just want to say y'all went to a nightclub.
No, we went to Miller's Ale House.
Okay.
Bar food,
remember that?
Yeah. Where's one by your house, Asia?
Yeah. Then on Sunday we didn't really do nothing, but just preparing for the week, man. This busy season, so yeah, pretty good weekend overall. Can't complain.
Nice.
I think we should get into what y'all mad at now.
Mad about? What y'all mad about?
Mad about? Black folk gonna always change
we gonna always shorten it. Okay. Yeah. So I am mad about some stuff. I'm gonna just keep it to one, but it's two things in it. I hate unpreparedness, right? So as I said, I went to the concert this weekend. It was at the United Center. And I just don't know if I've ever been to the United Center and they've been ready for the crowd. Like, and
Mm.
I'm just wondering, like, what is that? Right. So okay. We get there, cool, get our seats. We want to get a little food. Y'all only have two options. Well, three things. Y'all got a Chicago style hot dog, a chicken tender basket, and fries.
Yeah.
Right? Cool. Maybe that's not what y'all have on a normal Bulls night. Fine. I could get down. I could get down with that. But why is it a 15-minute wait on chicken tenders? Y'all got three things.
Right.
I don't like, I
And
just feel
only
like
one take a fryer, really.
it should just be a constant flow of chicken tenders up in here.
Yeah.
Like nobody should have to wait.
Yeah.
And then we get up to the front and it's like, oh, you taking orders and you getting food and
Oh
like
wow.
like are y'all understaffed? And like it's Stevie Wonder. But I also like when I start thinking back, I'm like, it's always like this. Like,
Yeah.
am I because I feel like when I be doing these, y'all be looking at me like I'm just
Oh yeah, you
tripping.
crazy. You
No,
my shit crazy. But I'm just saying, I agree with you.
I just don't understand how you could like this is a very controlled situation. You know the capacity, you know the United Centers. I looked up the thing said 30 years since it's been called the United Center.
Oh wow.
Before it was called something else. So
Oh,
y'all have had a steady flow of mofos up in here
mofos.
for a long time. And how do
Mhm.
you just like drop the ball on such major things? Like, you know, people come to a concert, they want to get food. Also, in that same vein, y'all been at concerts at the United Center, right? You know,
Mm,
the Uber tent afterwards.
I don't know that.
Okay. So there's a tent that it's like a heated tent that is next to a parking lot. And everybody that's getting an Uber, you got to go through the tent, right? So there's seating areas, they got a help desk. They usually playing the music of whoever just finished on stage. So like because it's so many people coming out of there, you might be there for a while, right? This
Right.
traffic, you can't get up. You know, obviously the streets are blocked off, so like everybody has to be funneled into this spot. When your driver gets there, they get a number that is like the column or whatever the row that they're in. You get that letter that's supposed to help you find your car. I have yet to be there again where that situation is seamless. I'm like, they were so you can imagine again the demographic of people that's at a Stevie Wonder concert.
Yeah.
Older folks, right? Of
Right.
all colors, shapes, and sizes. People who probably don't use Uber a lot.
Right.
Mhm.
So they got a man on a microphone saying, don't use your location. Type in this address. And he's just reading the address off every 10 minutes or so. The help desk, it was so many people at the help desk. I'm like, what? Like, maybe some signage that says
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
address.
Right.
Maybe like what then I'm sorry. My Uber driver messaged another what I'm mad about. It's a system here. I'm coming from the concert. You need to come in this lot. She like, oh, I'm parked on Warren and Wood. I said, okay. Well, I'm at the Uber tent.
Right. Because when you get here, you let me know.
Right. Like, and she was like, well, I'm right in front of, I guess it's like a school right there on the corner. I'm right in front of the school. I said, so are you not gonna come to the tent? And she was like, well, I usually park here and you can walk here. So we ended up having to go and walk and find her, but like, I don't like that. I want you to come in here and I want you to tell me my letter, and I want to do that. Maybe, you know what? We probably were able to get out of there quicker than most folks that was waiting at the Uber tent. But it just doesn't seem like that's the way it's supposed to go. Then,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is the last one. So now we got to cross the street to get to where she parked. I see her parked, whatever. It's a man. I don't know what it's called. The people that like work for like transportation, but he's on a walkie-talkie, like yelling, like, do not turn the light red, keep the light green, keep the light green. And then he just walked away. The light never turned red again. It's just a constant, like we were standing there for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, so we just never gonna get a chance to cross the street. And we ended up just walking in front of
Jaywalking.
cars.
Yeah.
Just you wait, please. And then we walked across. But you know, for a beautiful night, all of that, like the details were not fine-tuned.
Yeah.
And
Why
I'm
didn't
not
you want to drive?
excuse me.
That's like suicide. Yeah,
Excuse
I'm
me.
going to get an Uber. It's not gonna. I haven't gotten at a tent, but like we usually get it like on the corner or so, whatever. But to drive,
I mean, people do be driving. I just I drive a lot. And my partner doesn't drive, so it always has to be me to drive.
So you just
And
right.
I just be needing a night off. And also, you know, I like to partake in the things.
and you don't like driving
And
on Saturdays
so
either.
I don't like driving on Saturday nights. I don't like driving for sure downtown on Saturday nights. So it was just nice to get in the back of a little car and, you know, have take me on home. But I surely wish there was a better setup for how things went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm mad about it. Fix it.
You
You
sound
know,
like your mom.
fix it right now. I'm not playing with
Now.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd control has always been like something that's very interesting to me because like people that get it right, you won't even notice that something
You
is happening.
won't even
You
know.
won't even notice it. But
Seamless.
then but when it's wrong, you like, oh, this real bad. I remember I went to the inauguration in 08 and I just saw all of these people just heading for this tunnel. And I'm like, this is not gonna end well. But second of all, why are y'all going through this tunnel? Like, this doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
If everybody is going this way, why are y'all going through the tunnel this way? This doesn't even like, yeah, they were
Yeah.
not. DC was not ready for that amount of people, which was surprising to me. I'm like, Chicago does this a million times better,
Right.
a
Right.
million times better.
Or like Age, remember when we went to see Renaissance the first day and you made me walk all the way back home.
But I feel like I don't.
Oh,
You need to
and
take. You need to accept the fact that you just should not let me lead you anywhere because I'm gonna lead you to the wrong
really?
terminal. But that wasn't me by myself. But you know, Danae, you just good at that.
Yeah,
I
so
don't be
take a
worried about
back
you
seat.
there. I'll be like, Danae, you do it.
Fix
You
it
know,
now.
when you ask me,
Fix
so, Agent, what you think? Okay. Here we go.
So the square root of
Oh, Lord.
carry the
69
two.
is 8
What are we
something.
talking about here?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
that's
it.
crazy.
You offering some wisdom?
I'm gonna offer some wisdom. BZ offers wisdom. Bow bow. Is abundance accelerates achievement, my brothers and sisters. I'm gonna
All
say it
right.
again.
One fish.
Abundance accelerates achievement. Achievement, yeah. So that just basically means that we have to really think with an abundant mindset. We can't think with a lack mindset. And if we
Mhm.
think that we coming into the game late or something and we're not going to find success because there's other people that's doing it and you know blah 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 and everything like that, and that could be to whatever facet of life that you're thinking. You don't think that you're going to be successful because there's so many people that's been doing it. That's not operating in an abundant mindset. If you want it bad enough, you can get it, whatever it is that you think about getting, you know. And that does segue into our next our next topic, the meat of the show, and I'll bring that up when it does come, when it comes up. But yeah, everybody, we should really have an abundance mindset. I remember again at this call center, I talked about it last week. When I got to this call center, I noticed the amount of people who did not have an abundance type of mindset. They're like, I'm gonna be working here, and it's a dead end job, and this and that. And I'm just like, I'm here, but I'm not gonna stay here. And I use that as a launching pad to get into another position. You know what I'm saying? And a way better position. But a lot of those people are still. This was, bro, in like 2018, are still in the same spot because they just don't feel like it can happen. You know what I'm saying? So don't be that. Don't be like that. You know, your life is only what you make it. And so we can have an abundance in whatever we choose to. But we got to make that decision though. So that's my busy office wisdom.
Wow, wow, wow. That's good, B.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's deep, my brother.
It is.
I just like doing this. Yeah.
Love it.
All right. So, as we mentioned before, if you guys could follow us on YouTube and at Pot and Color, and then you can find us on Facebook but actually Decent Pod, right? So follow us and put us in the group chat and like join us on this journey through this podcast hood.
Oh yeah,
so,
for sure.
So this is episode 19. Are we at 19?
19.
19. And so we've had some pretty one shout out to us, but we've had some pretty deep conversations. And I remember reading somewhere once that it's not the best idea to always read like self-help books or things like that. Like sometimes you should get lost in someone else's story. And so I thought about that, and so I wanted to bring that to let that be of this episode. Is we got a lot going on, and like by the time this airs, we'll have a new president.
Oh Jesus!
Like so,
yeah. How long does it take for them to count the ballots and stuff?
I mean, I really, really, in a normal, not what we got going on election.
We are do y'all realize we are living this? Like we are the adults living through this.
I just saw a tweet that said, "Is Massa gonna sell us tomorrow?" Remember that from Bringing Down? Yes, I hope not. But usually you wake up the next morning,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But who knows?
Wow. So that's a thing, and we all have different feelings, I'm sure. And for this episode, I just want us to get lost in something that is
not the election.
A little bit more traumatic than that. Shit.
Oh, a little bit, please. But so I want us to in one of the books that I listened to, Emotional Intelligence 2.0, there's a tip that talks about like watching movies in emotional intelligence. And so like everything that you've learned about like yourself and relationships and like watch the movie so you can kind of see the like people watching and understand how people's actions align and blah blah blah. So I did that. And I want to take us on a journey through what's love got to do with it. So I am extremely excited. Oh, you got to do your shoulders like that. But but I really, really I'm excited about this episode because I did that. I watched and listened to What's Love Got to Do with It, with now my knowledge of like emotional intelligence stuff. And it's been great. So if it's okay, I want to give if it's anybody that listens that I just don't believe that'll be a thing because everybody should have seen this. But I want to just give a little bit about the movie and a few like fun facts I found that we can bounce off each other if we need be, and then we can flow into the parts and then the questions, because of course I got some questions, because y'all, I'm gonna give journal topics. I'm always going to do that. So so let's get into it. In my context, I mentioned they are dry later it gets, and so I'm struggling, but work with me. So the movie is based on the life of legendary soul singer Tina Turner, played by Angela Bassett, born Anna Mae Bullock. Discovers her love
Anime.
of singing. I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
Anime.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anime.
Discovers her love of singing in her Tennessee church choir. She moves to St. Louis to pursue a career, and there she meets the charismatic Ike Turner, played by Lawrence Fishburne, who rechristians her Tina and offers to help her succeed. As a musical team, Ike and Tina take the charts by storm. But as his physical abuse worsens, Tina has to make the tough decision to leave Ike and set out on her own. So there's just a little description from Google if there's anyone that has not seen What's Love Got to Do with It. And if you want to find it on streaming, I found it on like YouTube for $3 or something to rent it for like a month. But
It was on Tubi too
It was on
yeah,
Tubi. That's where I
I seen
watched.
Tubi.
for the free ski.
And I
Mhm.
have the DVD, but yeah, it's the DVD, but yeah, because I love that movie. So that's the movie, and so that movie goes through just the life of Tina Turner and Ike, but like starting with the fun facts, like I saw a quote where um Tina felt like that movie did her no justice. Like the things that
Wow.
really happened were like the producers, and I'm just paraphrasing, but the producers were like, this is the most that people are going to believe. What allegedly actually happened, they won't believe that. This movie won't sell because they'll feel like we're being ridiculous kind of thing. So she wasn't a fan of it, and for that reason, and of course, Ike didn't like it.
He
And
said it was full of lies.
yeah, he and that that good Jim. And let me, and I'm not proud of this, and please tell me I'm not by myself, but for something that movie would like I watched it before and it was obviously sad because of what was happening, but like watching it now at 37 and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to hear that she did not uh enjoy the depiction of her, because remember she was in the movie at the end.
At the end,
Mhm.
yeah.
Um and I would imagine that she had to sign off on a lot of it.
Yeah.
Um but I guess, yes, watching it now, there are things that I pick up on. Like I was, when did it come out? 93, 94, somewhere
Yeah,
around
Yeah,
there.
93, yup.
June,
93. So I've seen it a million times, but I never paid it to like the infamous when she
Which
was
one?
in the
Which one? Which one? Which one?
it ain't
Which
it's up
one?
there.
Come on, don't
When
let me
she was
down.
in the studio, I didn't know that he
Yeah.
raped her. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Like, I just thought that he
Violently
was like,
too.
yeah, I guess as a child, I did not pick up on what was happening. Um, and then I just kind of blocked it out as a young adult. But
Mhm.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
That was
then
the thing that she said wasn't real. That never happened.
oh,
Yeah, she said that. That was yeah.
mm,
So still traumatic. Still traumatic to take
yeah.
for sure.
And then when we lived in Texas, I remember hearing people talk about like that's where the scene happened where she ran across the expressway. Like, this is the
Okay.
expressway where that happened. I'm not sure if that was true or not either. Agent, do you know? Was that a true?
That I and it was down to the 36 cent that was mentioned, and this is all just
Mm,
things I found on Google, so you could take that with a grain of salt. But I did see one that what she said that was like that was real tea. Like that was what was really
that's,
going on with her. Yeah,
I
crazy.
mean, and she was a full blown star at that point,
Star.
Mhm.
getting mollywop like that, and
Molly Rock.
it's not funny, but
It's
like,
not. I'm laughing at you saying Molly Wop. I am not
don't
laughing
take
at.
your boot off and hit me like I'm a dog. Like, like he
Mhm.
was just, whoo,
Yeah. Yeah. I
a tyrant.
mean, he has
Terrible.
so much trauma in his life. Like I was looking at it like this. He is not a real person.
He inflicted a lot of trauma. He might have had his own trauma too, but like, man, you really, really made that lady life hell. And then started making the kids life hell.
Yeah.
Like he was by no stretch of the imagination a good father. Like
Yeah, not at all.
if
Yeah.
all we have to base it on is what the movie showed, and I know that some of it is embellished or dramatized for the sake of it being a movie, but like he beat up his son, like
Mhm.
them kids got dropped off, he didn't care about them kids. Like I was
He
like,
said, "What I'm
"Ooh,
supposed to do with two more kids? You
Lorraine
had
dropped them
those
kids
kids.
off.
beat your kids,
You
sir."
Oh,
you
you
had
the
them kids
family
before
man.
you met Tina and May. They looked like they
And
was 3 and 4. They was already your kids. What are you talking about?"
right.
Oh, and then okay, I don't want to be that person. I'm sorry, I'm just excited. But they also said that Ike Jr. was not the oldest and that
No.
Tina was married before her and Ike got together and she had Craig, who was the oldest, but the movie portrayed it as if Ike Jr. was the oldest kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I found that out too.
I didn't know that
Well,
she was married. I heard that she had a baby with the saxophonist in the
Hmm.
group.
Ooh,
That's what she was
And
married to.
that's who she was married to?
I
good
believe
for
so.
her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good
Well,
for her.
that's before she was with Ike though.
Yeah.
That was before she was with Ike. But yeah, they had a baby and then Ike adopted the baby. Craig.
Hmm.
Yeah. Baby Craig.
Hmm. Yep. Craig. Yep. So were we done with that? Because I know we were just
Yeah.
talking about just watching as adults or whatever.
Yeah.
So another fun fact, they said that Lawrence Fishburne turned down the role 5 times. And it wasn't until he heard that Angela Bassett was going to be playing Tina that he accepted the role. And they were
Mm.
saying like other people like what's his name? Eddie Murphy was going for the
What?
role, and like it was like Jennifer Lewis was going for Tina Turner. I was just like, I couldn't see her being nobody but
Hmm.
Anime Mama. Could
Mhm.
y'all?
That's another thing that as watching as an adult, I always thought that was her auntie. I never thought that was her
Oh.
mama. Like, because
Yeah.
there was that the relationship was not motherly. Like, I know she left when she was a child, but like, how you take
Right.
one of your kids and
Yeah.
not the other?
You wouldn't
And
understand.
then like it it did not give mother at
Oh,
all.
for
Like
sure.
even when she got off the train, like you didn't even recognize her.
You did
Uh-huh.
right.
And
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
true.
what y'all don't
Or her
recognize
sister.
family?
Right.
I
Right.
bet you that bus was real stinky like. It had to be.
And the fact that when Tina had left to go on that bus, she just sold her out. The mama just sold her out because Ike had called the
Yeah.
mom and was like,
Yeah.
but essentially, where's my grandbabies and where's Tina at?
He was gonna take that house away. That's what that
Yeah,
was.
he but you know
Oh
what,
yeah.
that mama was gonna get out with him when he gave her that $100 for when they roll when he
It was
ran
like
over the flowers.
$200. When he said he rolled over the flowers, because he really didn't even roll over the flowers.
Yeah, but he gave her that money. She was going with
Mhm.
that green suit on.
Mhm.
She was going.
With that green suit on. With
Yes,
that
she
green suit on,
was.
it's crazy.
But that was a thing. And so then another fun fact, Angela Bassett actually lip synced every song and
Mhm.
Tina actually sung the songs because she told
Mhm.
us like she's never a singer, she's a dancer, she's an actress. And so when Tina saw her, she was like, oh my gosh, she's perfect, blah blah blah. And like so that was a thing. But Lawrence Fishburne actually sung Ike's parts. So I
Oh
thought that was
wow.
Mm.
cool.
Didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was like, oh look at him singing and
And she
carrying
was about
on.
34 when she was recording this.
Yeah, like, and he was like,
That's
she was,
crazy.
he was like 31, 32, right? Because
He was
yeah,
31. Wow.
yeah, yeah, I seen that. I
But
was
they
like,
had already worked together on Boys in the Hood.
Right,
And
exactly.
I think some other stuff. So
And
like
what are the
they
odds that they
had
would be
I Can
uh
Sing.
parents in both movies?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah.
and then work together again in Aquila and the Bee, but that's way later though.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's probably other stuff too.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to make sure we cover. Okay. Um. So the next I want to go into. So I want to kind of just pick out a couple of scenes and we can kind of unpack it just to kind of see what we all think about it. That's cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's for our listeners too. So comment, let us know, what y'all think about it as well. So when we think about Anime Bullock, and she's at the church choir. This is the beginning of the movie, and she was a singer. She was a singer, and that choir director was like, this is not Boosie Collins and his slide trombone. This is
Right.
not that. You are not kicking it." And so you saw the anime was like, "This is my thing," just like the song, "Just a little anime, I'm gonna let it shine." Like that
Main
was
character energy she had
that
from
was
a
it. She was Beyonce. She was
mm,
Beyonce. What was so with that? And obviously she's better, but you know what I mean. But what was something that you just knew you were good at as a kid? Like, what's something you could think of it from your childhood? Like, I know that I was going to do good at this, or I know that I was going to win this. What's that one thing?
you know yours? I don't know. I don't know that I was overwhelmingly confident in too many things. Uh yeah.
I have two. One is it's the truth, but it's hilarious, and another one is I still do it today. So I'll start with one I still do today is just like being organized and putting
Mm.
things in their place. Like I think that is like even as a kid, even when I had my own room, my mom did it in like Space Jam. My room was always clean. I always been in my bed. Like my everything always was in its place. So that's the thing that I felt like I always knew I was good at, even as a kid. And something else that I know I was good at as a kid, but it's so true is I used to jump double dutch. And I was really good at it. And I knew that I was good at it. And that was a big part of my childhood. I was
Mm.
I was in competitions. I was jumping rope. I was jumping rope. And so that was something as a kid that I just knew that okay, I'm good at this. I know that I'll be good at this. So I just want to know what was something
Mm.
that y'all, remember from your childhood. Cause she was gonna sing. And May was gonna sing.
Yeah.
But you know yours?
I don't have anything that I was overwhelmingly good at either.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, echoing the sentiments of Nay. Yeah, not till I got older was I actually doing like music. Not till probably like high school for real. I was playing piano like very, very briefly in like fifth grade, but it didn't really go anywhere. But not
It
until
ain't
like high
hit.
school. It wasn't hidden. Like I probably picked it up for like a month and I took some lessons, probably like a couple months. And then I put it down. Then one day in high school I picked it back up and then I just kind of stuck with it. But yeah, nothing while I was a kid, no.
Okay.
Not like Anime Bullock.
Cause she
Yeah,
didn't play.
no.
Okay. Okay. So we're at that part in the movie. She comes out. She's a little kid. We see who she is. The situation happens. Her mama leave. Fast forward.
I didn't like that they kicked her out the church either.
Yeah, I want to say
Yeah.
something to that too,
Come on.
because
Let's talk
like
about it.
in the black church community right now in
Mm-hmm.
the last week, a lot of people been talking about like CCM, which is contemporary Christian music, and it's been like this divide where some people feel like CCM. So this would be like songs like "How Great Is Our God," "Sing with Me," "How Great Is Our God," like basically melanin challenge people
Mm-hmm.
music. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So um. So yeah, it's been a divide because some people feel like oh yeah, this music is so pure and whatever, and then other people feel like this music is boring. So one of the leaders in this space, his name is Don Moen or something, and he's a CCM artist, and he's like, yeah, you playing all these notes and you like knocking people off their square when they should be praying and stuff like that. And I just don't agree with that. And I feel like that's the same thing that the choir director was saying, like, you singing all these notes and you getting people away from God. I don't necessarily agree with that. I do understand there was a choir moment, she young or whatever the case. But if God gave us this talent to do all of these licks and all of these play a million notes and stuff like that, that's not pulling anybody away from God. You know what I'm saying? It's
And
not.
my thing is, that's a baby. If
Yeah.
y'all let her out sing
More
y'all,
importantly,
y'all the fool.
Yeah.
You know
right,
what I'm saying? Like,
right,
She didn't play
right.
around with them
right.
bangs.
I mean, and her voice
This
was,
little light of
oh,
mine.
yeah.
And the claps they was doing, let's clap, clap,
She was going,
clap.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
She didn't. She was sing that. She was gonna sing that church down.
That baby had soul, okay? And walked out the door still praising the Lord. You can
Still
hear
singing.
outside
Singing, got kicked out and was singing outside.
She gonna step on
walking
the devil's
home.
head. She sung. So we had that part with her, and so we saw that, and then things happened, and eventually she moved from Tennessee to St. Louis.
Nutbush City living. Sorry.
Nut bush.
Yeah, Nutbush. Oh, Nutbush. And those songs, like you just gotta sing them. You just gotta say when I was a little girl. Remember when she wrote that sung that first song by the white guy?
Yeah.
But so she gets to St. Louis and she go to the club with Miss Eileen. And she's this country girl and she has on a cardigan and her big curl bangs and looking like a geek, and she's just sitting there like, what's going on? These people singing. So she see the whole thing with Ike Turner, and she see him, and she's like, okay, everybody they singing with him. She's
Right. She's so
her
green.
gullible country ass, as Miss Eileen called her.
So green.
I know
And
you love
so
me, baby, but you never tell me so.
if you
If you don't tell me you love me,
see, we
I'm
should
gonna
we should
pack my
we should
bags
be
and
watching this
go.
right now. We should be watching this right now. But so then she see this. So then like the next night, she put that shit on. She
Okay.
had the white. I told you not to
I
borrow
told
the white dress.
With the
She had the
leopard
white
Coca-Cola,
dress
collar.
please.
on.
Coca-Cola, please.
Coca-Cola, please. She had the hair done. She was together. She was
Yeah.
together, and so she saw that, and so she, although she was and sung the house down, but she felt grown. Like she really felt like, I am doing this. I am doing this. So now I want to ask y'all, what's the first thing that come to mind when you think about when you was like, damn, I am grown?
I know mine. Ooh.
No.
I had come home from college, and when I was in college, obviously, like I would be there on the weekends, but not. I would not have to spend extended amount of times there. And when I came home, I just was like, I like to kind of move the way I like to move, and I've gotten accustomed to moving the way I like to move. And they say two grown women can't live in one home.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know. I remember my mother was traveling and she called and she's like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I found me an apartment." And she was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a go on and go." And she was like, "Oh, you weren't playing, huh?" I'm like, and I don't know. Oh, yeah. So I had a thing where I was like, I don't clean up during the week. I work hard. Okay, I work hard, and what I don't want to do is come home and like undo all that you all have done. I ain't make this mess. That's y'all
Mm.
mess. Um, and black parents they don't really get down with that. And that's how I knew. I'm
Yeah, I
grown.
gotta go.
I
Yeah.
got a paycheck. and I can move around. And I got up out the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Didn't
fine.
love him no less,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I'm gonna love him
Yeah. You
from
just
my
get to a point.
address. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was that supposed to be a bar or what?
That's a bar right
No,
there.
but
I mean, you
Don
just,
DeMarco.
it just flowed.
Marco.
That was a bar. That was a bar right there.
I love that.
Thanks.
See, what
Thanks.
about you? When did you realize, like, damn, I'm grown?
Probably soon after I got married, and kind of like same sentiments. We had our own apartment, and that was like, well, this was like after, yeah, once we signed for our own apartment, like both of us, and I was like, wow, and then had a baby on the way. I was like, wow, this is
Grown,
really
grown.
something. Yeah, I was like, wow, okay, wow, but it's like kind of interesting because it just I don't know, like I was going to work and stuff like that, and that just kind of like felt like a part of it. But I still didn't really feel like grown though. I don't know. It felt kind of weird. I just felt like I got married and then had a kid, but I didn't feel grown. And
Really
that sound crazy. I don't know. I don't know why, but I don't know.
Yeah.
interesting.
You?
I think a moment where I felt like I'm grown. I've had a bunch of different little seasons with financial troubles. So I remember something happened with I got a ticket or something. I just let my license go and I kept getting tickets. And I was just like, I don't even care. Like I'm never gonna drive. I don't have to drive. Like I was just not in a good place. And so life was going on and stuff. Then it got to the point where I was like, I need a car. Like I need a car. And so then I found out like how much it was for my license. And when I came back to life, I was like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna happen. And things worked out and I was able to like get my license. And I think at that point it was like I realized that was very immature of me to allow that to happen. I realized that version of me that I had like lived through and then got to the point where I was like, okay, if I want to do anything else, I gotta fix this. And I think when I came to that conclusion, I was like, you know what, Adrian, okay, we gonna do this. So that was the first one of the first moments I can think of when I just felt like I was grown, like just doing grown up stuff.
You know what? I'll
Yeah.
say I feel like when I bought my first car, like on my own, I felt kind of like real grown. I was like, oh, I feel kind of grown now.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
signing all those papers, that's grown.
That's grown.
That is grown.
That's grown.
That is grown.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember when I was getting
what
what
you
you
about?
finna say? That mattress.
The name was, oh my god, I still get pissed about that. I mean,
Enlighten the
okay,
listeners.
I'm going to tell the story. So Danae was shopping for a new mattress or whatever. So I was like, okay. So she's like, yeah, we gonna go to this place. It's a place by me. And she was in the burbs at this point. She's like, it's a place by me and da da da. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we go to this place and it's one of those like the ones with the remote memory foam and all that fancy stuff. So she just noticed she want to get a mattress. And she knows she wants it delivered to such and such address at this time on this day. She knows that. Danae just forgot to ask, how much is this?
I did
Danae
not forget
Danae was about. I said, so how much? So what you? Because now at this point I'm in your business. I said, so how much? Something I was asking like, so how much they? She was like, I don't know. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
You just gave them your card and you don't know what you're agreeing to?
I
Excuse me. I was like, this girl.
so on theme, in a lot of ways I was grown, but then
Right.
when it comes to some stuff, I just be like, oh, like I'm ashamed to say, with some of this voting stuff, I was like, so can I go or no? Like, where I gotta go? But yeah, that mattress thing, I needed some help with like understanding credit and how that really worked. Like, okay, if I can get it, let me get it. And Angel was like, wait, so like, what's the interest? I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Like,
how much is it
ma'am,
gonna
you're
be?
not buying a case of pop.
I
How
don't
am I
know.
supposed to know that?
But I like it and I want it. And they said they can get it to me when they
They saw you coming.
say it. So and they show was here, ma'am, here go the paper sign right here, here. Angel was like,
Excuse
hold
me.
on.
What 1 second, please. 'Cause
And
what
then
are
it's
we
like, oh wait,
doing?
hurry up before she changed her mind. Like, you don't need to read this.
Exactly.
It's not
Yeah.
really that important. No.
Yeah, I was signing my life away, child.
Real quick.
Haven't we
Hmm.
all though? The amount of
Yeah.
Yeah,
things that we've done in our 20s.
Listen.
Woo. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I just wanna talk about another thing. So we get through that part. So now we're gonna go fast forward to like her building a name for herself. And so she's selling out these shows and she's doing all these things. But Ike is Iking. He is Iking like nobody's business. But there come a time when they had an interview. And do y'all remember this scene? They was having an interview and he was just kind of sitting back like this. And
Mhm.
she was like, I'm humble. I like to walk with the kids and walk the dog or whatever
Mhm.
she was saying. As an adult, when you see something like that, like what would you tell her? That's your friend. You see her doing that. What would you tell her? And you know she full of shit. But like what would you tell somebody that's like putting on this poker face and you know it's not. You know it's BS.
The same thing her friend told her. It's not okay to let the motherfucker pound on you. That's what she said.
She said he could hit me once. I'm done. Okay.
Right.
I don't need no more reminders.
Okay. This man slamming cake in your face. I mean,
She had cake on her face and then said, it's okay. What are you talking
right.
about? It's not okay.
It's not.
And
It's
his
not.
friend was, their friend was just like, Anime, please eat the cake.
Just eat the
Please
cake.
just eat the
I don't
cake.
want
Shiny
it's
bride.
7:30 in the morning. I don't want cake.
Yeah. Please take the cake anyway. Please.
No, I mean, I think it was like when she started working with Phil Spector, the white man, as Adrian called him earlier.
I'm so tribal for that. Yeah.
That's the manager, right? That was her manager? Or no,
Yeah,
was that
well, no, he was like,
that was another person?
This
he
is like
was
when she was on
somebody
her
else.
own.
Well, remember he came and was like, he wanted to do a song with her, and that was when they did like the big band sound.
And Ike was like, he want to do a song with Ike and Tina. He was like, that ain't what I said.
Just Tina.
No, I don't.
Just Tina, thank you
That's not
very
what I
much.
said, sir.
He also killed somebody. That man, that same man, unrelated.
Really?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
it was called like Big Mountain, or yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, it was like
Big
100
band
people
music.
behind her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't like big band music, but yeah, it was definitely like a whole orchestra, very different than Ike Turner and his band. Very different, very different. They had sheet music, like Ike Turner was not doing any of that.
He was just playing off vibes.
He got nothing too shows for a good night rest. How many shows? He said something ridiculous. What about nothing too shows for a good night rest? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. When they had the wigs on initially.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so hard though. But no, who was gonna talk? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You said it's so hard. What?
It's so hard when you're in it to see clearly. You know, people could tell you about it for years. And you're like, it's really not that bad. Like sometimes I do make them mad, or sometimes it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? But it's really, it's so hard to see. And they don't even have to go all the way to domestic violence, but a situation that you're not supposed to be in, two people that's not supposed to be together, and you're like, no, it's not really. Is it that bad? But then you get out of it, it's like, wow, it really was that bad. It was like worse than what I thought.
Yeah.
I think he also just had she had a thing with him. Maybe it was like the way that he rescued her,
Mm-hmm.
almost out of like her mama didn't want her, she left her,
Yeah.
and he came in and got her out of that house or whatever. And I feel like she just felt indebted to him, even
Because remember
through
the
the
scene
abuse.
too, Danae, I'm sorry, just to with this point, with this when the scene when she went to Jackie's house
Hmm.
and she was telling her like, she should leave, and she's like, I know what it's like to have my blood walk out on me, and I don't want to do that to him. Like, I remember she said that. So when you were saying that, that was definitely a thing that she was holding on to. That's some trauma response stuff.
And then even at the end, towards the end, when they had gotten divorced and she was working like with the new sound and new producers, and she had
Mm-hmm.
gotten a new manager, and he showed up in the parking lot, and
Mhm.
she still, even then, she still got in the car with him, and she still gave him a moment to like talk to her, when
2
really
Mm-hmm.
minutes.
she should have peeled off on his ass
Mm-hmm.
and
Alright.
not giving him the time of day. But all he did was slap out a few flowers, and she entertained hearing what it was
Mm-hmm.
before the old Ike Turner showed up and
Yeah.
threatened her.
Because I knew I was waiting on the old Ike Turner to show up.
Mhm,
Right. I was
He was
wondering how
waiting
long it
on.
was gonna take.
But you know
mhm.
what?
And
We can say. I'm sorry. Go ahead, B.
I was just gonna say from my point earlier, my BZ offers wisdom. That's what I wanted to talk about as far as the what was it now? What was my alliteration? Abundance
1, 2,
something.
3.
Oh yeah.
but she had the abundance mindset to say, I just need my name. I could build it back up. You could have you could
Yeah.
have the royalties, you could have the cars, you could have the
My daddy
house. I don't
blood
want
on that
none.
name.
I
Mm-hmm. My
don't
daddy
want
blood on
none
that.
of it. I don't
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
none of it. Just give me my house. And she built it back up, and she was like the world's biggest artist, which is like, and he
Mm-hmm.
told her, he said, ain't nobody gonna buy that white people shit. Like, what you talking about?
Mhm,
You need to come back
mhm.
and do my music. I made you.
I got a nice song. It's the slow tune they singing nowadays. Like, all right, shut up.
Right.
Do you think she um well, that's not a fair question, but like, do you think she needed to forgive him in order to heal, or like could she have healed without it?
A part of me feels that she could have healed without it because of the religious path that she took and the way that they how to describe chanting and all that stuff. I feel like she would take that based on the movie anyway, that she would take that, and so even if she didn't forgive him, she would find some new level spiritually to to get that healing or whatever that she need. I have that
Mhm,
thought, and then I also feel like yes, she has to. I have to acknowledge it. So I kind of see both sides, I guess, for me
mhm,
anyway.
I don't know about her success of like would have been that big or whatever the case if she didn't forgive him. I know she definitely, and I would hope that she forgave herself though for staying so long.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
feel like that's even more important than forgiving him. Yeah, I think that does carry weight, but yeah, she definitely. I would hope that she forgave herself,
Yeah.
and
I
then
also
also
think
her.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, even her son getting beat up later. I know she felt the way
Mhm,
about that, like because I stayed, or what I'm saying, whatever the case. But
right,
that got my kids beat up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like
right.
it's one thing if it's me, but now you gonna beat up on my kids.
Mm.
So
I also think it's poetic that she, towards the end of her life, wasn't fooling with nobody. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe that was just like all of her,
I've done this already.
yeah, all of
yeah,
her life, like she would always have her name attached to Ike, no matter
Mm,
what, no matter how far she got away from him. And he passed also. I don't know. I think he passed before her,
mhm.
but towards the end of her life, she was not living in the United States. She was away. She wasn't public. Wasn't no
Can
social
you blame
media.
her?
I mean, tired. Okay.
yeah,
She was
I've
gone.
done what I can.
yeah.
She was gone. I don't blame
Yeah.
her.
But she
I
did
do.
get married again, though.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like I heard something about that.
Yeah,
I feel like,
to Edwin Bach, and they were together for like 27 years. They were together. I think it
Mm.
was in like Switzerland or something like that. But yeah, she was like, "I'm up out of here," and found her a new boo.
I don't blame her.
Much later, much later though. But yeah,
I do
Hmm.
not blame her. How much time we got? Are we gonna go? Do we have time for another one?
Maybe one
yeah,
more.
sure. We had an hour 10.
Okay, I feel like I just want to lighten it up as much as I
Please,
can with
Jesus.
this. And this is something I'm not proud of, but it's something that I do. There's some movies that I can watch that are serious and that are sad, but I will find dark humor in it, and I will quote them. And
We about
although
to
it's
get
bad,
canceled.
I don't want to, but it's my truth. And I was just gonna say, although Ike Turner was terrible, but can we just be honest and say that he has some quotes for your ass? Ike
Mhm.
Turner was going to say some things,
If you
and
die, I kill you.
If
if you
I
die, let me
kill
get
you,
back at you. If you die, I will kill you. What?
Yeah.
He's,
Yeah.
you gonna leave me like all the mother suckers I made famous, like the Ike
Mhm.
Turner. Ike Turner.
Mhm.
He said when they was on the plane and he was kind of trying to go to sleep and she was walking and was
yeah,
trying to go shopping or whatever. He was like, be careful, don't get that chocolate on your suit. Like he just didn't take nothing serious. He said whatever he wanted to say. And I said, although Ike Turner was just not a good person, he was funny to me. He was funny to me, and
Wow.
I have to find some humor somewhere because maybe I don't take stuff serious. I don't know, but I was some of the stuff that Ike Turner say. Some of the stuff that Ike Turner say is just hilarious, but it just really helped me to just see people because like he's been that way. Like he didn't just get that way. He's been that way. Like I feel like that was the thing that I saw too in the movie. Like regardless of what anime went through, like she always was like going to be like motherly in some form. Like even when she took the kids, like when she first got there and she was like baking sweet potato pie. I was like, who you come here, you baking a sweet potato pie? Like that's
And
grown up. Grown
and
up.
getting
But like
your ass whooped.
no, this is before she got that. This one she
Oh,
before
okay.
she yeah, that's before. But she but just like that's who she was. So like Ike Turner, that's who Ike Turner was, I believe. Just
I
you know
gave up that
sometimes
narcotic.
I gave
yeah.
up that he was gonna go talk to that lady like the Facebook post be saying. I
I
hate when
went
you
and
say you
talked to
about
the
to go talk to
lady.
that lady.
Yeah, we good now. I talked to the lady already. We good.
Mhm.
What? What lady are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Ike.
Yeah.
I think well, just the depiction in the movie, like I think Lawrence Fishburne did a hell of a job
Yes.
um bringing character
Mm.
to Ike. And if he was in like a third of how he was portrayed in the movie, what a mean guy.
Mm-hmm.
Only a
What
third.
what a really, really cruel. I mean, he
With
didn't care
that
about
bogus Bob.
bogus,
Yeah.
okay? And half of the movie he had coke up his
Oh, he was
nose.
all about
Just
the booger sugar.
sitting
He was
right
all about it.
there.
I saw a thing where Lawrence Fishburne said that like for a while people like were not like rocking with him. Like
Absolutely.
like
Mhm,
Miss Peach, I thought about her like Chad from As the Hearts Turn. She took that
mhm.
serious. But like
Knocked the hell out of him.
what can you imagine like that felt like for him? Like you doing nothing but your job. And now you got people like canceling you because you played this role so good apparently, but is it
And
anybody else?
what happened to Lorraine?
She ended up dying. I don't know
Hmm.
how. Yeah, I think she passed away. But yeah, she shot herself in the lung, collapsed her lung or something. But yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She
And
wait,
I
Lorraine didn't die in the movie, did she?
not in the movie.
Mm-mm.
No, in
Oh,
real
okay.
life though,
Okay.
she
I
did
remember okay.
die.
Because I remember when she shot you ain't worth the bullet. But oh yeah, Lorraine.
Then the baby walked in to see it and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I do want to ask this question. What do you think would have happened if Tina Turner never met Ike Turner?
I don't know that we can get a Tina Turner.
You really trying to get us canceled, huh?
How was that a cancer question?
I mean,
Was I wrong for saying that we wouldn't have had a Tina Turner? I don't think she could have. Not saying she's not talented enough, but like that all shaped her story. Was where I was
I
going.
mean, he did. He exposed her. Because I mean, he had a music career before her, so he just
You get
probably
that
had
right.
access to things that she maybe wouldn't have. Um, she wouldn't have had otherwise. But he definitely was fighting some demons that
Oh, for sure.
she could have done without. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, for
she
sure, for sure.
she probably would have had a much more well, I don't know, because she was rich. I don't know if that outweighed. Can it outweigh? Probably not. But
I'm gonna look at it.
but then, well, you want to just get your ass mollywopped and let a
Like
motherfucker
that,
pound on you. But
like that post that was like, "What would you do if you dated a man who beat you every week, but he paid you like 600,000? Like it was some crazy amount, and it was kind of money with like black eyes and like Louis Vuitton boxes and stuff. That is the thing.
Mhm.
That's where we at. We'll do enough to get therapy for a couple years, but
Yeah.
we're gonna get that.
Oh, his real name was
Ike Turner wasn't the
Is
real name.
no Isaiah
Mm.
Luster Turner.
Hmm.
I know he died from a cocaine overdose, but
Wow.
yeah,
Interesting. We
yeah,
wouldn't
man.
have thought nothing about this. But now
Mhm.
you thinking about it through your adult eyes, and that
Yeah,
movie was a lot. Now that you think, when you think about it, that movie was a lot.
yeah. There's also a lot that we didn't even get to, because like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it probably was one of the. Can you think of a biopic that was better?
I don't know about better, but I will say the Jacksons and American Dream is up
Yeah,
there.
which also Angela
Had
Bassett.
Angela Bassett in. I don't want
Mhm.
you. I don't want you. I don't want you.
Yeah.
I always see that clip. I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to watch
Really?
it. Yeah, I've
It's a
never.
phenomenal movie, truly.
It
I
is.
actually want to watch it again in
It'll be on
2024.
around Christmas.
Yeah, and it's gonna take you
Oh,
7 days to
It's
finish it.
long. Ooh, it's long.
like
It's
Ruth.
long.
It's like I think
Hey,
it's like
cousin. Let me
Hmm.
see.
yeah, I think it's like 5 hours. I think
Oh.
Mhm.
because I think when it premiered, it was every night.
Yeah, it
Or it
was
might be
like
3.
on.
I don't know. I can't remember.
It was on TV,
Hmm.
like Roots.
Right, like Roots. Yeah, a TV miniseries. Oh, it's on Prime Video. Shut your mouth.
See, what's love got to do with it? And you're right, Danae. It's just so much stuff that I got to, and I was like, I didn't even get to the part with blah blah blah. Like I was seeing so much, like again, watching the movies with intelligence, emotional
Mhm.
intelligence, like that is. I'm like, wow, this was a lot.
I will say, I know it's a hypothetical question that I posed if she never would have met Ike Turner, but I do not think that we have to have trauma, especially like on her end. She was on the other side of the spectrum of the trauma, extreme trauma. I think that me personally, I think that we still would have got Tina Turner, even if she wouldn't have went through that trauma. I think me personally, because I just feel like when you're that talented, like really nothing can stop you, you know.
Yeah.
That's just what I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. And some
I
people are
mean,
just really special like that. Like Beyonce is very special like that. Jay-Z is very special like that. Like a Tina Turner is super special. It's just
you saw her singing in church. That baby was going
exactly
places.
getting dragged
You
out,
know
still
what I'm saying?
singing.
What else is Beyonce gonna do with a name like Beyonce? Thank you,
Yeah.
Juice
Giselle.
McDonald. This Beyonce. How can I help you? Like, girl.
How can I help you?
Window. Yeah,
Yeah, I play
How
too
can
much.
I help you? Yeah.
but that's what's love got to do with it, y'all. I feel like we can go on and on about it, but I want to know, like, what y'all think about what's love got to do with it now? Like, watching it for our listeners, and
Yeah.
what's your thoughts? What y'all think about old Ike Turner? Boy, you find your ass.
Fire your ass. I mean, but did anyone think positive of Ike Turner? Like, is there someone on earth that will say, you know,
If
That
he
it
had
lady
wasn't
he was
siblings,
that
probably.
bad?
that lady he was kissing. They was at the beginning stages. At one point, it would have been anime. That's a whole nother conversation. At one point, she had love for Ike Turner. Toward the
Yeah.
end, hate his guts. So I
When she
don't
was on the
know.
plane, he said, I'm trying to go to sleep now. She said, go straight to hell,
Go
Ike.
straight to hell. Like when she walked up to the she didn't play.
She was done with him at that point.
All super
And
done. And was
she was
fighting
getting
back in the
out of
limo.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and she
Mhm. He
did
was
what
the one
needs to be
screaming.
done.
Yeah,
Kicked him right
she
in them
made peanut butter.
balls.
She smushed them nuts. Any man gonna scream.
Took
I was
him
like,
down and
ooh,
told him, "Oh, that's all you got."
that's your best
Right.
shot.
Hmm.
Damn, they did
Yeah,
that
that's
to me.
crazy.
I love them.
Nate,
Rest
take
in
us
peace,
out.
Tina.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Tina.
Yeah, RIP.
Think about it. What actually does love have to do with it? Okay.
What does it?
What? Hey, Adrian is done. Adrian is out for the count. As you answering that question, come on over and listen to But Actually Decent. And you'll be all right. We'll be back next week.
Next
We're gonna have a
week.
new president, y'all. Hopefully,
Oh,
by the
Jesus.
time y'all hear this, them calls will stop coming to your phone and you stop getting them text messages.
I got 5 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But actually decent, y'all.
We
See
out.
y'all next
We
time.
out. Bye.
Left a good